Because the time's
Woke up this morning thinking about
Those summer days.
best friend got caught up when I stayed in Douglasville. Doing some stuff by myself. I'm a
What's good, y'all? Welcome back to another video. So today, the real Kanye versus Kid Cudi story. I'm gonna make a video about Kanye, what's been going on with him, because honestly, he just need to move on. What he's doing is kind of sad and pathetic. Is what I think. It's come on off. It's very toxic. He's trying to destroy that girl relationship, and honestly, who gives a fuck about her relationship, bro? Like, you can easily move on. It's a million black. Like, I feel like he need to deal with a black girl, a black woman that could kick him back in his headspace. Cause he messing with the Kardashians fucked him up. Messing with a white woman fucked him up. And there's no racist. It's just literally it fucked him up. He need that black wife, black mother, like, influence in his life. That makes sense. And the closest thing to that is your wife. As close to your mother, because you always find a girl that, you know, reminds you of your wife. So if you could get something like that, I think you could do a lot better. But him harassing Cudi or Pete Davidson, that shit ain't cool. At first I was like, okay, he's trying to get his relationship. I understood. But after a while, it becomes like, yo, like DL equally say. After a while, then you start looking at it like, yo, you becoming obsessed with a girl. That's how people become killers. Like crazy people. Like, that shit ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? That shit is not cool. Like, no. That shit's not cool. Let's get into it. Uh-oh.
Any words from Kanye, man? Would you? All right. Oh, come on, man.
Cudi, Cudi, y'all niggas know it. You know, man, Cudi in the spot on the lane side skrilling. Mad 'cause the girl call me Mr. Nice Skillin'. Passing it green from the sneaks to the fade. I ain't even in the game and the nigga look paid.
The first encounter between Kid Cudi and Kanye West would happen in 2004 at a Virgin Music store. Cudi had just moved to New York from Cleveland, and he happened to run into Kanye while shopping for new CDs. He was caught off guard, and he didn't have much of a sales pitch for Kanye, but he did ask him to sign him.
Oh, at Virgin Music store, and I was looking at CDs that I couldn't buy, and I saw him, and I was like, oh my God. And I remember me just going like, how you doing? My name is Cudi. And I remember him being like, hold on one second. Hey man, I'm gonna call you right back. And him being like, yeah, so what's up? Like, getting off his phone. And I was just like, I'm from Cleveland and I do music and I really want to be signed. Can you sign me? And he was like, man, I got so many artists right now, man, I'm trying to deal with right now. I was like, nah, I'm not that good, but I have the potential for greatness.
We the sickest, it don't matter the same. We spit game, keep us in the front line. I flows cock my rage, chamber full of my rage. Your name's been not start. I'm ending this shit here.
Funny enough, they would actually meet once more. This time when Cudi was working at the Bape store in Soho. Kanye came in to shop and Cudi rang him up, and he says he forgot to take one of the sensors off of a jacket that Kanye purchased, so he had to chase him down after he left. Although he didn't win Kanye over while shopping for CDs or later in the Bape store, Cudi never strayed from pursuing greatness. Just a few years later in 2008, he released his debut mixtape, A Kid Named Cudi, which ultimately changed his life. This mixtape would catch the attention of an A&R named Plain Pat. Pat then took that mixtape to Kanye West, who was more than impressed by his work. Once he heard A Kid Named Cudi, it wasn't long before Cudi signed to Good Music later that year. Shortly after that, Cudi was working alongside Kanye in the studio, but also collabing with other superstars like Jay-Z. Their relationship would be solidified after Cudi helped write 4 songs on Kanye's 808s and Heartbreaks. It's safe to say his influence on the project is noticeable, and today this is considered one of Kanye's most popular albums. People immediately began calling Cudi Kanye's protege, but Kanye would correct this in interviews, stating he shouldn't be given all the credit for his hard work.
Oh God.
With him signing to Good Music and working on some of the biggest projects of the decade, you'd think this was the perfect start to an amazing story. But Cudi admits this pressure did not help his mental state, and only pushed him more toward drugs to escape.
It was nerve-wracking, man. I mean, I'll tell you the truth, this is what drove me to drugs.
The pressure?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm going to either kill myself or I'm going to do some drugs.
All of the glorious things that he dreamed, made the life that he saw seem so subpar. The star that was shooting didn't seem too far. All he needed was
Needless to say, the two continued to work on multiple iconic tracks and projects. Cudi would soon become a household name as well, and although they were business partners, it appeared they had a strong friendship beyond anything. But things started to change around 2012. Good Music dropped a compilation album featuring all the artists from the label. But fans expected to hear more from Cudi on this tape, but they were only given 2 verses, which raised suspicions. As Cudi's third studio album Indica approached, he would drop an unexpected bomb on everyone.
I think I just wanted to just do my own thing, man. I couldn't just take the logo off the album. So like the first batch of the Indica albums, and make sure y'all get these, because these will be collector's items. But the first round, the first 200,000 that they ship will say Good Music.
Oh,
The re-push out of that won't have it on there.
This is the reason why some of the Indica albums have the Good Music logo and others don't, as he made the decision to leave during the production, making it somewhat of a collector's item now.
Tell me, do you feel it, baby? I've been on my grizzle. That's what's all about the shit in the middle.
Of course, both Kanye and Cudi said there was no bad blood with him leaving. It was just business, and they said they would remain family to each other. But there was more to the story that wasn't being told at the time. When Indica dropped, the 16th track titled Cold Blooded gave more of an insight of how Cudi was really feeling. He rapped that he was feeling worthless and that he was the lost black sheep of good music who was only good for a hook. Clearly, Cudi felt like he wasn't getting the kind of creative control he wanted over at Good Music, which is why he wanted to do his own thing. Kanye never spoke up about this, but it's assumed he heard about it. Things then got worse after the release of Kanye's 2013 album, Yeezus, where he used old Kid Cudi vocals without his knowledge or permission. Cudi then told Complex he was confused why he didn't just call him and have him record new vocals. Why did Kanye go behind his back to make it seem like they were legitimately working together when they weren't? He then added that the rumors from the previous compilation album, Cruel Summer, was true. Had he not given Kanye his Keepers song, he would have only had 1 verse on the entire album. This proved that Cudi felt like Good Music had been holding him back, and this is one of the reasons he left. He wanted to be heard. Things between the two would be shaky for a couple years, and you didn't really hear much about the two working together. It wasn't until 2016, almost 3 years later, when they were seen together. Kanye was preparing to roll out his Life of Pablo project, and Cudi was at the release party. Fans were happily surprised to find out he was also featured on the album on their hit song, Father Stretch My Hands. But the celebration was very short-lived, and just a few months later, Cudi took to Twitter to call out his haters. He called out Kanye in one of these tweets, stating he didn't care about him or fuck with him. That same night, Kanye was on tour. He then stopped his entire show to respond to this in front of his crowd.
Kid Cudi, don't ever mention your name. I birthed you.
I mean, honestly, like, Kanye birthed a lot of niggas. It's
What if
okay.
smartphones-
Without Kanye, we gonna say it. We gonna honestly say it. Without Kanye, you wouldn't have Drake rap the way he feels comfortable rapping. He probably never rap. But Kanye was one of the people that got him like, okay, I know he's not like everybody else. He's a square just like me. I grew up in the South. I didn't have to sell drugs. I didn't have to do all that stupid stuff. I had friends that might did it. I didn't do it. I had a white mom, Jewish mom at that. You know what I'm saying? Kanye, he kind of grew up. He grew up in the hood, but he was sheltered because he got that family aspect that his mama knew a lot of people, and his mom was a college professor. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Without Kanye, it wouldn't be a handful of rappers. It wouldn't be a Gambino. It wouldn't be Drake. It wouldn't be Big Sean or Kid Cudi. Or, no, let me not say that. The way they sound now, the sounds will be different. It will still be these people, but the sounds will sound totally different. Because, the butterfly effect is real. If you change one thing about someone, everything changes. Like me, if I never listened to rap music until like the age of 13 or the age of 15 or 16, my whole perception of music rap music would be different, would be fucked up. I'd be thinking trap music, that's the only thing I should be rapping. And if I did it, I don't really care that, I'd be doing that, look at that, you know what I'm saying?
Were more than just
That ain't
smart.
it.
The all-new Google Pixel 6.
I'm gonna have to redo this. I don't like that. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, my bad, everyone, for having to redo this. This stuff is stupid. The commercials.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it right now. I think I found the single biggest productivity hack of 2021. It's
I
this
did not
Google
hear
Chrome
that.
extension called Speechify, and it literally does my reading.
Okay.
Any words from Kanye, man? Would you? All right.
this is glitching out. Okay, question mark. So he was around that range. I'm gonna just say fuck it.
Kanye never spoke up about this, but it's assumed he heard about it. Things then got worse after the release of Kanye's 2013 album, Yeezus, where he used old Kid Cudi vocals without his knowledge or permission.
Yeah, it was like right there.
Good music had been holding him back, and this is one of the reasons he left. He wanted to be heard. Things between the two would be shaky for a couple years, and you didn't really hear much about the two working together. It wasn't until 2016, almost 3 years later, when they were seen together. Kanye was preparing to roll out his Life of Pablo project, and Cudi was at the release party. Fans were happily surprised to find out he was also featured on the album on their hit song, Father Stretch My Hands. But the celebration was very short-lived, and just a few months later, Cudi took to Twitter to call out his haters. He called out Kanye in one of these tweets, stating he didn't care about him or fuck with him. That same night, Kanye was on tour. He then stopped his entire show to respond to this in front of his crowd.
Kid Cudi, don't ever mention your name. I burst you. Moving without moving, pure crush grooving, right on track, right on and I'm back.
Drake had a song out titled Two Birds, One Stone that took shots at Kid Cudi's battle with depression, and Cudi appeared to be upset that Kanye would go and do a song with him after that. Both Kanye and Cudi have spoken about their mental health battles, and it's just one of the reasons they became close in the first place. So it was no surprise when 1 month later, they were on stage hugging out their apology. The two even took a trip to Japan before announcing their joint project, Kids See Ghosts. Once again, the smoke had cleared and everything seemed to be fine. Fast forward to 2021 and Cudi appeared on Kanye's Donda album. The song was great, and as the sequel project Donda 2 approached, Kanye began his rollout. As we all know, while this is happening, Kanye was also dealing with the breakup between him and his wife Kim. Kanye has never been the type of person to withhold his thoughts, especially when preparing to drop an album. He began taking shots at anyone he felt like wasn't on his side. Fans were shocked when Kanye then turned his attention to Kid Cudi in this post. The picture shows Kanye, Kid Cudi, and Pete Davidson, who is now dating Kim, sitting at a dinner table together. The caption read, "I just wanted my friend to have my back." He followed this up by saying Kid Cudi would not be featured on his Donda 2 project because he's friends with Pete. Cudi of course responded with these messages stating he didn't want to be on the album and Kanye was no friend to him. Days later, Kid Cudi posted a message asking God to watch over him as he continues to deal with his own personal issues. Surprisingly, Kanye reposted this with a message that said, "Love you family." No news has broke since regarding the status of their friendship, but if history repeats itself, it's likely they will talk things out once again. But on the other hand, this may be the last time Cudi decides to deal with the back and forth. The history between these two artists goes back more than a decade together. Some believe Kanye West is only doing this to promote his album, but at what cost?
You know, all we're gonna do is get our people about this bitch, man. We're gonna get about, man. We're gonna get one of the matches on the hills and shit.
Some people call me Cudi, some people call me Scott. It don't matter what you want to call me as long as you call me something. As long as you call me, baby. But you know, you seem real pretty. And I ain't talking about how you look. I'm talking about your vibe.
That's for you.
These are opened.
Yep, so is this.
Why?
So I know this is sound check to House of Blues again. Okay, we're not studying that. Let's take it back. So back to what they were saying. Kid Cudi should have took Kanye West's side.
Any words from Kanye, man?
That's it. You don't need to do nothing else. Just distance yourself from Cudi and Kim. I know you not in it, but it's like my friend Cole. He breaks up with his girlfriend, but I'm still cool with his girlfriend and all these other people that his girlfriend knows. I would distance myself from all of them. I would just be there for Cole. Because Cole I knew before everybody else. Everybody else came into the picture beforehand. Cole became my friend. Cole gave me a chance. Cole helped me out when I needed it. You know what I'm saying? Cole was someone to talk to when I needed to talk to. So because of that, you know, it's like that thing. That's how I feel like Kanye was thinking. But you have to remember Kanye, he's a grown-ass man. He can be friends with whoever else he wants to be friends with. You can't really do nothing about it. It just shows you where he lies. He's like neutral. He don't want to be involved with anything going on with y'all. So he has the right to be friends, but at the same time, if he wants to still, in your eyes, if you feel like if he's not always with you, or siding with you, that means he's against you. It's not like that. I feel like they're gonna be friends again. I don't feel like it's the best relationship, but brothers, even when we hate each other, even when we, with each other, want to stab each other, want to do all that shit to each other, want to kill each other, still have to love each other. Still have to be each other keepers. The ones that want to be, like, not the toxic one, like, literally trying to kill you, trying to do all that fucked up shit, but the ones that you argue with. The ones that do all this because they care. You know what I'm saying? Like, they yell at you and everything because they care. They get on you all the time because they care. Those are the ones you might give a hard time, but at the end of the day, you know they care about you. Those are the ones that you should always forgive. Also, I don't know. Always love your brother, you know what I'm saying? You always be your brother's keeper. Peace. I feel like I talked too much.
Mario